It was a gray Wednesday morning when Emily Peterson's life unraveled. A warm-hearted barista in a bustling New York coffee shop, Emily was the kind of person who saw the world through lenses of kindness. Her job wasn't just about serving lattes, it was her stage for spreading joy, whether through a smile or an extra drizzle of caramel on someone's bad day. But that morning, she spotted him, an elderly homeless man shivering on the curb just outside the cafe. His coat was threadbare, and his hands trembled as he clutched a cardboard sign that read, "Hungry and cold." Customers passed him by, their eyes averted, as if kindness were too costly a luxury. Emily couldn't look away. Without a second thought, she wrapped a steaming bagel and a hot cup of coffee and slipped outside, placing them gently in his hands. "This should warm you up," she said, her voice soft yet firm. His weathered face lit up with a smile that pierced the cold, and for a moment, Emily felt the warmth of her small act ripple through her. When she returned to the counter, her manager, Carla, was waiting. Her arms were crossed, her expression icy. "Emily, this is a business, not a charity. You've been warned before." Emily's chest tightened. "But he was starving, Carla. It was just a bagel and coffee." "You're fired," Carla said flatly, cutting her off. The cafe went silent as Emily's co-workers exchanged uncomfortable glances. Emily gathered her things, swallowing the lump in her throat. She wasn't angry, just heartbroken. She had always believed that kindness mattered, but in that moment, she wondered if the world had stopped believing in it too. The mysterious van. The rain matched her somber mood as Emily walked home, her mind a whirl of self-doubt. Later that evening, as she sat in her tiny apartment, her phone buzzed. It was her landlord, reminding her that rent was due in a week. Panic set in, she had no income now and no safety net. Suddenly, headlights swept across her living room window. A white van rolled into the driveway, its engine humming softly. Emily's heart raced. She wasn't expecting anyone. Peeking through the curtains, she saw no company logo or identifying marks on the van, only its sleek, unassuming exterior. A knock followed. Emily hesitated but finally opened the door. A middle-aged man in a navy suit and polished shoes stood on her porch, holding a clipboard. "Miss Peterson?" he asked, his voice calm but authoritative. "Yes," she replied cautiously. "I represent the Hope Foundation," he said. "We've been observing individuals who demonstrate exceptional acts of compassion in their communities. Today, someone anonymously reported your generosity toward a man in need." Emily blinked, unsure if she was dreaming. I don't understand." The man smiled. "We'd like to offer you a position with our organization. Your empathy aligns with our mission to create a better world through small but meaningful actions." Tears welled in Emily's eyes. "You're serious?" "But I just lost my job today for being compassionate." "That's exactly why we need people like you," he replied. "A second chance." Within weeks, Emily's life transformed. Her role with the Hope Foundation allowed her to help others on a scale she'd never imagined. She coordinated food drives, supported shelters, and created programs that empowered communities to give back. One day, while overseeing a new initiative to provide winter coats for the homeless, she saw a familiar face. It was the elderly man she'd helped outside the cafe. He was volunteering, distributing coats to others in need. When he saw her, his eyes filled with gratitude. "Miss, your kindness saved my life that day. Now I want to do the same for others." Emily felt a swell of emotion. She had doubted whether her small act had mattered, but now she realized that kindness creates ripples far beyond what we can see.